Thank you for watching our Hokke.tv. Hello everyone, nice to meet you from Hokke.tv. Although Hawaii and Singapore members and overseas ministers could know about me, I should introduce about me at first of all. I'm Reverend Chitoku Kawaguchi. I had propagated the Dharma at Hawaii and Singapore and Southeast Asia's temples as overseas minister. I should apologize to overseas believers at first of all. My English pronunciation is getting not well due to not using usually in Japan. So please tell to me through web if you cannot hear or understand what I like to say. Anyway, we could make English program at last, although we had been thinking we'd like to broadcast like as this English program. Well, I should explain about our Hokke.tv at first. Our Hokke.tv is an internet television, so that wherever you are, whenever you want, and no matter what, you can see the recorded broadcast at your leisure, either past or missed ones, if you have internet environment. We have many programs now, like us, 3 Reverends, I think so, Jesus Connection, Reverend Ueda's Shakariki Don, Reverend Mickey's The Pot of Buddhism. Also, all programs are Japanese language program. Reverend Sugiwaka always told please work support to our Hokke.tv to me. Also, I listed up as starting up staff. At last, I could make like this English program that's called Reverend Chitoku Kawaguchi's Dharma Talk. Through this English program, I like to explain whole Buddhism and also Nichiren Buddhism. Moreover, I like to introduce Nichiren activities like Oeshiki, Nichiren Founder Day called Rikkyo Kaishuei, and so on. And I like to introduce Buddha's holiday too, like Nirvana Day, Hanamatsuri's Day, Buddha's birthday ceremony. Well, although we as Hokke.tv could start English program at last. And today, I like to introduce the meaning of Oeshiki ceremony through the legend of Nichiren Daishonin's passing away today. It's because Nichiren Shu will start Oeshiki seasons at this weekend. Nichiren Shu English newspaper advertise like this too. This is life-size figure of Nichiren Shonin at Ikegami. Mando processions is going to main hall, like it. Then, it is nothing to explain about Oeshiki ceremony. Oeshiki ceremony means Nichiren Daishonin's passing away memorial service. From 11th October to 13th October every year, Ikegami Honmonji is holding Oeshiki commemoration ceremony for Nichiren Daishonin. At 11th October, Ikegami Honmonji Temple is holding ceremony of changing Buddhist clothes for Nichiren Daishonin from 10 a.m. Then, Nichiren changed Buddhist clothes from summer clothes to winter clothes. From 2 p.m., Honmonji is holding ceremony of memorial service for Nichiren Daishonin. Many Nichiren believers as worship or pilgrimage tour come to Ikegami Honmonji main hall for Nichiren Daishonin. Then, from 6 p.m., 100 over of Manto processions called Mantoko are going from Ikegami Tokuji Hall to Ikegami Honmonji Temple with parades of Mando or Matoi. Matoi means firemen's standards of the Edo period, accompanied by flute and drums for offering music to the Nichiren Daishonin. The festival attracts hundreds of thousands of spectators. Then, at 30th October from 7 a.m., Ikegami Honmonji is held ceremony of the time of the Nichiren Daishonin's passing away. At the same time as Nichiren Daishonin passing away, Grand Head Chief Minister hit silently and ceremony bell that is hitting by Nissho Shonin, who is one disciple of Nichiren Daishonin's 6 major disciples. Well, this is ceremony of Oeshiki in Ikegami Honmonji Temple. Actually, Ikegami Honmonji Temple was Mr. Ikegami's brother's residence. There is Daido Hongyoji Temple behind Ikegami Honmonji Temple. This temple was actually Nichiren Daishonin's passing away place. Nichiren became ill in health during staying in Mount Minobu. He wanted to recover his health by bathing in the hot springs at Kakurai in the province of Hitachi, now is Ibaraki Prefecture. He left Mount Minobu on September 8th. He refrained from passing through the city of Kamakura, from where he studied for Munenaka at Ikegami in the province of Musashi, now is Tokyo Prefecture, on September 18th. On October 8th, he posted the 6 major disciples. Nichiren passed away during chanting the Lotus Sutra by 6 major disciples, and his many disciples and his many believers at Ikegami on October 13th, 1282. His age was 61. At the same time, the ground shook, and then cherry blossom bloomed, although it is out of season. Knowing that the end was near, Nichiren Shonin wrote to his devoted followers, Lord Hokke, to thank him for support and protection throughout Nichiren Daishonin's many difficulties and persecutions. Near the end, Nichiren Shonin instructed Lord Hokke as to where they wanted his tomb to be made. "I'd like to have my tomb erected in Mount Minobu Valley, no matter where I die." So the spirit of Nichiren Daishonin always is staying at Mount Minobu. So whenever we visit to Mount Minobu for worship, like a pilgrimage tour, we'll be able to touch and feel and communicate with the spirit of Nichiren Daishonin. So whenever I visit to Mount Minobu, I promise to Nichiren Daishonin, like I spread your Odaimoku Namu Myoho Renge Kyo and the Lotus Sutra from the eternal Buddha Shakyamuni for all living beings that feel something sufferings. So we can touch and feel the spirit of Nichiren Daishonin. And we promise that we must spread the Buddhist Dharma and repay his great favor through this Oeshiki commemoration ceremony. So Nichiren Daishonin explained in Myoho Amagozen Gohenshi like this: "As I contemplate my own life, I Nichiren have studied Buddhism ever since I was a child. I thought I should study the manner of the last moment of life as first of all, before studying anything else. It's nothing to say that this anything else means Buddhism teaching. When we are staying in this Saha world, we don't usually think about our death and time. However, when we officiate some memorial service for passing away persons, we think about death or passing away person through each service. When we are always thinking about living, we are easy to think life is eternity. However, we must pass away sometimes in the near future. We cannot predict about the time of the death. So we never regret our life during staying our life. When we think about Buddha Shakyamuni at once, Buddha Shakyamuni thought, how could I lead all living beings to gain entry into the unsurpassed way and quickly acquire the body of the Buddha through the Lotus Sutra chapter 16's duration of the Tathagata. And Nichiren Daishonin always had been thinking also, how could I lead all living beings to the Buddha's highest teaching of the Lotus Sutra with the risk of his life? That's why he had met 7 big persecutions and a lot of small persecutions. He explained Hokke Shikidoku about meeting persecutions. The Lotus Sutra explains a lot of time about persecutions. When we will spread the Lotus Sutra, we will meet many persecutions. And then the Lotus Sutra chapter 13's Kanji-hon, encouragement for keeping this sutra, explain this. We will endure all difficulties in order to expand Lotus Sutra. We will not spare even our lives. We treasure only unsurpassed enlightenment. We'll protect and keep the Dharma in the future if you transmit it to us. Today, we shared about Nichiren Daishonin through this Ustream program called Hokke.tv. And we thought his great achievement and spreading the Lotus Sutra. Please think about Nichiren Daishonin once again. Nichiren Daishonin spread the Lotus Sutra by the spend of his risk of his life. If Nichiren Daishonin didn't spread the Lotus Sutra, we never meet and know about existence of the Lotus Sutra and the eternal Buddha Shakyamuni. Nichiren Daishonin also told us that one must know favor, must repay for favor. So the purpose of this Oeshiki ceremony is for tribution of Nichiren Daishonin and his great achievement, and also his great favors. So we must promise that we'll transmit the spirit of the Lotus Sutra and Odaimoku to the next future generations. That activity will be repaid for his great favors. At the end of this program, we as Hokke.tv must advertise about Olympic Players Day. We are going to start broadcast on November 23rd for the Kyoto Olympic Prayer Day. In Olympic have garage market, food court from all over Japan, especially from the city of Kamakura. Coming persons can do training of Copy Sutra too. We will be held commemoration Buddhist ceremony at the end of that day. We will broadcast whole day event on that day, so that please watch it for prayer and gassho to the Nichiren Daishonin's great favors. At the end, I would like to say thank you for watching to all of overseas Nichiren Shu's ministers and members and watchers. At 2 weeks later, on same time, on Monday from 8 p.m., I will appear on this Ustream program too. Next time, I would like to introduce an overseas activities. Thank you for watching and sharing. Thank you. Bye bye. With Gassho Namu Myoho Renge Kyo.